Hi so far and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is the continuation part of our funnel corset. So see how beautiful and fitted the funnel corset is. So check out the drafting tutorial of our funnel corset in case you missed it. Hey so far, this is the sewing tutorial of our funnel corset. So this is the overbust corset. So I cut the lining. So here is the outer part of my overbust corset that would be obvious outside. So I cut it together with the lining. So here is the funnel corset. I cut together with the facing. Okay, though this is the Ankara. So this is the back corset. Okay, so do well to check out the drafting part of this corset tutorial. Okay, so I will just go to my sewing machine to go and sew it by 1/2 inch. Okay, all right, because I mark 1/2 inch allowance as all around the corset. So let's go to our sewing table. So I'm joining the overbust corset by 1/2 inch. So this is the lining part. I'll be joining it by 1/2 inch. So I will do the same to the outer part of my overbust corset and do the same to the back. I'll join the piece together. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, you can do well to subscribe. So give this video a big thumbs up and let me know if you found this tutorial helpful. And you can also ask questions in the comment section. I'll answer your questions. Okay, so I've sewn it all around. So here is my bust here. I'm sewing the second part of the overbust corset. I'm sewing the second part. So I'll sew it all through like so. So ensure that you iron and soft wadding at the lining part of the overbust corset, okay, because that's where we are going to be sewing our bust caging, okay, so that it will it will make our breast more padded, okay, and more fuller. So I will sew all this to the end. I'll sew it to the end. So after sewing, I'll use my tailor arm, okay, and open up the seam. That stitch is there. I'll iron it thoroughly so that my bust, so that it will open up very well for me. Okay, so I'll take it to my table. So I'm going to be marking the bust caging, and also I iron peplon stay at the conical flare at the cone. Okay, I iron peplon stay there. So I'm going to be marking 1 inches. I'm going to be putting my bones, okay, at the bust caging. Okay, you see the way I mark it. So make sure that your bones are not straight. Make sure it's curved. Make sure you have this line. Don't make a straight line. Make a curvy line. Okay, like so. So I'm also doing the same to the back. Okay, so I also mark it like so. So I'll take it to my table and go and sew my bony on it. So you can also check out the tutorial on how to sew bust caging. I'll link it in this video. Okay, so I'll make sure that you use 7 mm bony. That's the tiniest bony. Please don't use 1 inch bony. Use the tiny bony. Okay, so I've already sewn the bony all through like so. Okay, see how curvy the bust caging is. So your bust caging must not be flat. If your bust caging is flat, then there is something wrong with your bust caging. It must be curvy, okay? So and ensure that you use the tiniest of bony. That's the 7 mm bony. It's not up to 1/2 inch, okay? So here is the back funnel corset, and this is our funnel corset. I've already sewn them together. So far, I've already sewn my bony channel. So what you do is you cut 2 inches 2 inches wide of a long fabric, okay, then you just go and sew it by 1/2 inch. So after you sew it by 1/2 inch, you trim it out and sew it in, okay. So I'll just insert my bony into the bony channel. I'll insert it like so. So after inserting it, then I will now place it on my funnel corset. Then I'll sew by the side. Please don't sew in the middle, sew by the side, okay. So I'll insert, then I'll just place it on my funnel corset like so. Okay, so I'll be doing this off camera, but it's just easy. Okay, it's just easy. So make sure that the bony goes inside at the top. Okay, just go down by 1 inch. Okay, so there should not be bony at the upper part because we are going to be sewing it, and there's no bony at the lower part of the funnel corset. Okay, so make sure the bony stops 1 inches above the neckline and 1 inches above the hip line. Okay, so I'll do the same to the back. I'll also be sewing my bony channel to the back. Okay, so you can sew as many channel you want. It depends on how you want the funnel structure to be. Okay, so now this is my overbust. So this is the outer part. I join it together with the lining, then I mark ½ inch at the neckline. This is my, so I'm going to my sewing machine to go and sew this with a sweetheart neckline like so. So here I'm sewing it like so. So I'll be sewing it by ½ inch. So after sewing, I will just, I will trim it out. So I'm done sewing. So what I'll do is I'll notch the middle, that V, then I'll trim out the excesses, okay? Or you can notch it also and trim out the excesses so that when I iron, it will open up, the sweetheart will open up well for me, okay? So I've already trimmed it out, then I will turn it in like so. So after turning it in, so I will just stretch out the overbust. So this will be the outer part of my cut. It will be at the other part of my funnel, so I'll stretch it out, okay? Then you can use your pins to hold it down, or you go and you make sure you iron it. Please make sure you iron this, okay, so that it will come out, so that it will come out beautiful, okay? So I'll just use, after ironing, I'll just stretch it out, and I'll use my pin to hold it down like so that the cup will come out. So I've already sewn my bony at the back. I've sewn it. So this is my funnel corset. I've already pinned it to the funnel facing to my funnel corset. So and then I'll just place my tiny bony. I'll go and sew it, my tiny bony. I'll sew by this side. So I've already sewn my my bony, that is my 7mm bony at the neckline, and also at that side like so, the tiny part. So after sewing, so see how my funnel is already coming up. So your funnel must not be flat. So I'm placing it to my overbust corset. So this is how it should be, okay? So I've already sewn my bony at the neckline of my back corset. So I'll be piping the neckline of my funnel corset. So I cut 2 inches fabric. So I'll be piping the armhole line and also the neckline like so, okay? I'll fold it in like this, then I'll go and sew it, okay? So but I'll be placing it at the back like so. I'll fold it like so, then I'll sew it by ½ inch and turn it in. So I'll also do the same to the back. I'll also pipe it, okay? So it will come out beautiful. So I'll go to my sewing machine. I'll sew this off camera. It's simple. Just cut 2 inches fabric. So you can pipe it, sew it by ½ inch. Then you turn it and refold and sew it like so, okay? So I'm already done piping the my funnel corset, and I've already pinned my overbust corset to my funnel corset. So I'm going to be molding it, okay? This is how you mold it. You place your iron at the underbust, so make sure that it comes up. Then you place your iron, so make sure that the iron is not too hot. Make sure that it's on medium heat so that it will not burn your corset, okay? So you iron it so that it will, the funnel corset will come out. It will not curvier, okay? So that's how you're going to iron it. So I've already pinned that down. So I'll be joining at the back to the corset like so. I'll sew its bright side because I'm going to also be piping it, okay? So this is the back. I've joined it by half, so I'll unsew it to keep it in place, okay? So I'll unsew the funnel and the overbust at the bust area like so. I will go and sew it with my sewing machine at the outer part of the bust like so. So I'll trim the side seam like so, then I'll bring my bony casing, insert the bony inside, so that, because I'm going to be sewing it at the side seam, so that it will help me mold my cone well, okay? So I'll be sewing it like so. I'll go to my sewing machine to sew it. I'll also do the same to the other side. So ensure that you trim out the SSC, so that when you are sewing your bony channel there, you will not be seeing any rough edge, okay? So trim it well. All right, so I've already sewn the side of the bony, and I've also piped the hem. So you see how neat our funnel corset is. So for the yoke, so you will join the front and back yoke at the shoulder. See the way I sellotape it, okay? So at the neckline, I'll go up by ½ inch to connect the neckline. So I'm also adding ½ inch all the way to the back for seam allowance like so. So after adding my ½ inch, so I'll just cut it out, okay? So I'm cutting out the back. So I mark ½ inch, so I'll cut out my front like so, okay? And I'll also cut out the neckline like so. So you see, my neck, so I will notch the shoulder point. So I will know this is my shoulder. I will notch it. So you see, I've already attached the neckline, the front and back together, okay? So I will not be joining it at the shoulder again, okay? This is how to go about it. So I will turn it to the front like so. So I'll attach my sleeve to the yoke like so. I've already attached the sleeve and I've stitched around the neckline, okay? So this is the front and back. I will place the yoke at my overbust corset and pin it down like so. So I'm pinning it all round. So I'll pin it like so with my pins. So I'll also pin it. I'll also pin the other side like so, because I'll be unstitching it, okay? So I'll bring my needle and thread. I've already pinned them all round, so I'll unstitch it like so. I'll unsew it, yes. So I'll do some back stitching. So you see the way I'm sewing with my back stitches. So after I've done sewing one part of the yoke, so I'll do it to the other side, and also I will stitch it all the way from the front to the back, okay? So after unstitching it, I'll show you what it looks like, okay? So here is my yoke. I've already unstitched them all around my overbust corset. See how beautiful it is. So, and I hope this tutorial was helpful. You can hit the subscribe button, and you can also share this video so that others can see and learn. And also check out the drafting tutorial of this funnel corset class.